Hello everybody, my name is Corey, this is Whole Views, and I'm here to give you an email response of all things. So, I told you guys that I was going to do a little email response video series. Haven't been getting a ton of emails, but I did get a couple. So, I'm getting around to actually researching some of the things people asked me to talk about, and then, knocking those things out. So, here's the first email. If you want to be a part of my little email series and you want to get your questions answered, you can email me at whattowatch337@gmail.com, like my friend that we're going to talk to today did. His name is David. So, this is me reading David's email. David says, "What up, Whole Views?" That's actually not my name. My name is Corey, but cool. Say what you want. He says, "So, I actually watched that whole video on sex and nudity." When you say actually like that, that means that that video is probably too long, but I'm cool. He says, "I actually watched that whole video on sex and nudity, and tell me this. Why do some women get naked on film and some women don't? Keep up the good work. I like what you're doing, David." So, thanks for that email, Dave. I appreciate it so much. I think I know who you are, but your email, I don't know your email, but that's why I said Dave instead of David, because I think if I'm talking to the right guy, that's how I normally call you, Dave. But anyway, Dave, this is what I have to say about some women doing sex and nudity and some women don't. If you who I think you are, or if you're just watching the email response and you have a memory that goes back to 2001, I remember Halle Berry made headlines by going topless for the first time on film. So I looked it up. It's reported that Halle Berry went topless in Swordfish for an additional $500,000 for that one scene. I wish I could find it and roll it in, and if I can, I will. But it's crazy. Her topless scene in the movie might have lasted 2 seconds. And I actually read a quote from one of the producers of the film who said they basically looked at it as, we're willing to pay $250,000 per breast. I'm like, yo, I'm not an advocate for, showing off your body for money or selling yourself for money, but you offer me $500,000. Man, I don't know, man. That's a hard thing to say no to, and that's for anybody. So, moving on from that one specific instance, I want to do a comparison for you, Dave, and talk about two shows that I loved from last year. There was the Watchmen, starring Yahya Abdul-Mateen and Regina King, and then The Witcher, starring Henry Cavill and Anya Charlotra, focusing on the main two leading ladies here. So, let's compare these two leading ladies of 2019 series, right? When I look at Anya Charlotra's acting credits has 4 listed credits on Wikipedia. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, not trying to degrade her talent or anything like that. I really enjoyed her in the show. But if we look at it, she has 4 acting credits, including The Witcher, and one of those is a web series. So it's like, okay, compare her to Regina King. She has 25 films on her Wikipedia, could possibly be more. She has too much television credits to actually look up and list them all. I wasn't counting all that. She's been Oscar nominated twice and won once. So here's an example of what would probably go on set. Anya Charlotra shows up to do The Witcher. The guy who runs the show looks at her and says, "Hey, we have several scenes here where we need you to be topless." At that point, Anya has a decision to make. Do I want the check, or am I going to stand for my own integrity and take a stand and be hungry? It's a decision that she gotta make. So, if she says no, I think it would be very, very easy for a director to say, "Okay, you don't want to be topless? Give me the next girl, because somebody will for that check." Take a look at that situation for Anya, and let's flip it, Regina King. I know David Lindelof ran the Watchmen show on HBO, and Regina King was like the person they picked to run, like they wanted to focus the series around her. So she shows up on set day one, and David Lindelof says, hey, we're gonna do a couple of sex scenes here. Are you okay with that? Regina King, okay. Hey, I need you to be topless in those scenes. Well, no. Why can they accept a no from Regina King? One, the role was kind of made for her, and two, it's Regina King. It's a name that people know. Even if you don't think you know her, I'm sure most people have seen her in something. You can't say that for Anya Charlotra. Not to be disrespectful, but she's a relative unknown. And if you're a relative unknown in Hollywood, Hollywood types, producers, directors, casting, they know I can push this person further than I could push a named actor or actress. And I think that's what it boils down to, Dave. If you have the clout, if you have the cachet, if you have the gravitas, if you will, to show up on set and make demands, then you can and you will. I.e. Regina King. She'll show up and say, hey, I'm not doing that. And showrunners and directors will say, well, okay, we will accommodate you. Because she's an Oscar-nominated actress with multiple films under her belt and a name that people recognize. An unknown actor or actress shows up and says, I'm not doing this, I don't want to be nude on film. And producers and directors and showrunners look at her and say, bring in somebody else, please. Like, you're not gonna make or break our series. We can replace you. So it's kind of what it boils down to. If you got that clout, you can call the shots, and if you don't, then you do what you gotta do. But it's up to y'all. Thanks for that email, Dave. I appreciate it. Hey, if you watched this long, like the video, subscribe to the channel, ride with me on the journey, drop a comment, shoot me an email, all those things, and be a part of the process. Thank you so much. Enjoy yourself and guard your heart.